All right, good morning, everyone. Welcome back. I'll apologize for the voice. I did come down with a little bit of cold over the weekend. Definitely beat it. Can't keep me down for much more than a few hours, but I'll probably cough a lot during this webinar, so I do apologize that. Anyway, so feel like I do need to editorialize a little bit, my friends. Listen, this bank bailout is idiotic. This is the dumbest solution that could ever happen in this type of scenario. Unfortunately, for whatever reason, the powers that be, whether that be the federal government or pretty much any large government entity in the Western world, absolutely refuse to learn from history. It was just 2008 that this same thing happened, and all dumping this money in, all it did was prolong the pain, and then ultimately the same thing happened. So we're going to dump all this money into these poorly run banks. They're run by idiots, okay? If they make stupid decisions, they should be punished for their stupid decisions. I have owned businesses. I still own businesses. If I make terrible business decisions, then my business fails and I lose money, okay? That's what should happen with any poorly run business. And again, it will solve nothing. All dumping that money will do is pay some of the worst individuals, okay? The people that should be punished the most will get rewarded, and then the smaller guy, a guy with $1 million and a business at these banks, he won't get nothing. But the people with a bunch of money and that are politically connected, they'll get paid out. Remember the old saying, if you owe the bank $1 million, the bank owns you. If you owe the bank $1 billion, you own the bank, okay? We've all heard that one, right? And it's no different than any of these, look at war is a great example, okay? All we did in Vietnam was prolong that situation and make it worse. That's all we did. Prolonged it for 20 years, and it still ended up terrible. Bunch of people died, wasted a bunch of money, did nothing. Korea, Iraq, Afghanistan. We spent 22 years in Afghanistan, trillions of dollars, I don't even know how many lives on both sides, and within 6 months, it's like we were never there, okay? Ukraine, same situation. All we're going to do is prolong that situation and make it worse, okay? So it's no different with the banks. Just gonna drag it out. It'll still end up the same way it should have ended this morning. But you and I, the U.S. taxpayer, will pay all this money for the same outcome, will accomplish nothing, and it will only benefit the really rich, okay? The billionaires and the politically connected. That's all it will help. So there you go. Felt like I had to address that. TENX. TENX was beautiful on Friday. Let me show you this Oracle play from Friday. Just a beautiful entry on this. Actually, was on a webinar at 10:52 a.m. and the entry on TENX was 53 cents. Stop loss 49 cents. You can see how Oracle, I get a lot of questions about how Oracle, lays out these ideas, okay? It's right here, okay? You can see the signal, and remember, this is from Friday, and this is at 11 a.m. Didn't hit the signal till 11 a.m. We had a very solid stop loss, 48 cents. You can see when Oracle pivots from yellow to red, tells us it's a good place to stop. And then our goal was up in the high 60s, and then the major resistance level was 76 cents. If we can break that, I think TENX continues to go. TENX, nice continuation from Friday. UNCY, top week open red to green. And when it comes to trading the banks, I don't know. Kind of do what you want. I think there's the problem with like FRC and WAL. I mean, I get that there's volatility. I get that, but they're so newsy. Okay, so you might be familiar with the newsy term. When I say that, it relates to the fact that you just never know, like from 1 minute to next. Okay, evidently Biden is supposed to speak at 9 a.m. Powell speaks, Yellen speaks. The problem is, I don't think there's an edge on any of them. Now, I get it. I get the temptation, like FRC and WAL, both on Oracle, both volatile, but I don't know. It's like, and this goes for long or short, you short one of these banks, all of a sudden, some politician goes on and says, we're going to bail them out. You go long one of these banks, some regulator goes on and says, we're not going to bail them out. So that's the bummer with these, especially as newer traders. I recommend avoiding them. TRKA continues to fade. We talked about this one being over. A lot of you wanted to argue with me, actually. And listen, again, we loved TRKA for 4 months, okay? It was like a number one for 4 months. But when it was over, I was like, hey, first red day, man. I'm like, it's over. Don't try and bounce this. A lot of people got mad at me. They're like, Tim, TRKA is going back to $1. I'm like, it ain't going back to $1. So anyway, continues to fade. We talked about it in the steady trade team. I'm like, it'll go back to 9 cents. It'll go back all the way where it came from. You got to recognize first red day and know that that's the sign that it's over. I mean, TRKA was basically green every single day for 4 months. Look at that candle. It's over. That's telling you it's over. Somebody asked about BLPH. Oh, yeah. BLPH not done by any stretch. Yeah, red to green. I would probably 7, I think, would be a good level. I show up. I always show up, baby. So T and the ARDS. Cystic fibrosis, 8 a.m. press release, 24 million float. Ooh, a lot of overhead resistance though. ARDS checks some boxes, but chart not ideal. AI, some of you asking about AI, the stock. We need some new news. It's like, the bummer with the artificial intelligence sector is, like all week everybody's going to be talking about the banks. Okay. So we need some news. Okay. And again, I think we're going to get a second leg in the artificial intelligence stuff. It's just we need some news. Think about it. If you're reading Wall Street Journal, Financial Times, Barron's, okay, you know that there's just like, a month ago, every article was artificial intelligence, okay? This weekend, I don't know if I saw anything. So it'll come back, but just wait. You got to wait for some press releases. Maybe Microsoft announces something. Maybe Amazon announces something, but we need something. Ahmed asked about MTEM. Ooh, gave back the entire move. It's dead. I think I hated this one on Friday too, didn't I? Can't remember. Yeah, didn't we talk about? I think we talked about this one. Maybe not. Was that the 9th? Oh no, 10th. Yeah. So I basically remember we talked about it. I was like, yeah, it's kind of low float. It's got cancer news, but no history of big runs. It is a beat down January jump effect, but it gave back the entire move. So didn't really like it Friday, like it even less today. EUDA, yeah. Low float SPAC, baby. Red to green or a break of previous day's highs. Bed Bath & Beyond. Yeah, I saw that gapping up again. Nice grinder. Is that on Oracle or not? No, not enough volatility. I say afternoon VWAP hold simply because I think you got to bait some more short sellers on this. I don't like the odds of a morning move, but love it if it keeps grinding higher through the day. I mean, remember, we know the end result with Bed Bath & Beyond. It's going to end badly, okay? Bed Bath & Beyond is going out of business. I just think there's a high likelihood that it gives back the move. OBSV. Biotech. Too much overhead resistance. MYO. Any news? Conference call at 10 a.m. You got to wait till after the call. It's a former runner, still low float. So wait till after the call. TMF. What's TMF? Oh, 3X ETF now. PRVB. Looks like a buyout. Yeah, it's a buyout. Remember when you see charts like this, Scott, always look at your news. It's a buyout. It's an ignore. It's out when you see a chart like this, it's you can almost guarantee it's going to be a buyout. So Etsy, see the problem with Etsy is it's tied. So Etsy is tied to the bank bailouts, okay? So I would say the same thing with Etsy. The problem, so Etsy had like all their money at Silicon Valley Bank. So again, it's going to move, again, all day long, Etsy's going to do wild stuff depending on what some politician says or what some regulator says, okay? So it's basically the same as the banks. It's just a crapshoot. I don't see an edge. So now understand, Etsy will move with those because Etsy was one of the biggest, like they were one of the biggest depositors at Silicon Valley Bank. HUBC. Hub Cybersecurity. Break of previous day's highs, needs more volume. So, number one is TENX. Best looking chart. Follow through play from Friday. Here's the chart. We broke it down. Sorry about the coughing. Sorry about the voice. Anyway, TENX number one, I would wait for the Oracle levels. Avoid the bank stuff, my friends. If there's no good trades, you don't have to trade every day, but don't get suckered into trading the bank stuff just because you can't find an ideal setup. I've done it. I've made that mistake. But back in 2008, 2009, I did the same thing. There was nothing out there. I got suckered into trading the bank stuff, FAS, FAZ, etc. Took some big losses, real big losses, because I couldn't find something that had an edge. So I started trading stuff without an edge. And that's what you're doing. If you're trading the FAS or the FAZ or any of these banks, you're just fishing for something and you're trading something without an edge, and it's probably going to end really badly. So TENX is my number one. I think there's an edge there. Have a great day, my friends. Sorry about the coughing. We'll see you next time.